Alright, much Abrew time. Playing some bug chord in Modern. Well, combo. Identity Thief, Coiling Oracle. This Identity Thief constantly taunts us. Never ending Identity Thief taunts. We just can't get away from it. Oh dear. Flagstones of Trocir for our opponent. Could be land destruction. Or this. Martyr of Sands. Now, Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. I have no idea how this matchup's going to go. Tech Edge for our opponent. Gets in 4-1 with the Martyr. And there's the Ascendant. Well, we're going to have to find removal for that because that's going to get pretty big pretty quick. Sacks it. Oh, 4 white. Okay. Well, come on. Baneslayer. Jeez. Polluted Delta. Well, Blooming Marsh. We have a couple of turns to find a removal spell. So, Coiling Oracle hits a Birds. Well, Birds can chump for a turn if need be. So we really need, like, Abrupt Decay. I guess, like, Chord or Eldritch Evolution can get Necrotol. The rest of our opponent's hand isn't that scary. They have 0 lands. Proclamation of Rebirth, which is super expensive. Baneslayer, Ranger, and Martyr of Sands. So they're 2 lands away from really doing anything meaningful. So opponent gets in. So they're more or less all in on this Serra Ascendant. There's the Martyr of Sands that we knew about. We get Abrupt Decay, Misty Rainforest. Well, Birds of Paradise. Do we want to attack with Coiling Oracle? I guess? Let's not. We actually want to not take any damage if we can help it. Because right now this is 3 turns because we're at 13. If we take 1 point of damage, it drops to 2 turns. That also means we can't play our birds next turn, which is unfortunate. Or we can't play Acidic Slime. I guess Acidic Slime isn't that great. Oh dear, how do we do this? So we can, like, Identity Thief and tap land. Opponent gets in 4-6 in the air. I mean, we just need to find removal or one of our tutory spells to get removal. Oh god. That makes things much harder. That was a pretty good draw for our opponent. And Identity Thief not going to save us. Now even if we draw removal, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Spellskite. And yeah, we don't really have any outs now. Okay. Well, sure enough. That was a pretty good hand for our opponent. This 6-6 flyer. Almost immediately. So I think we just want removal. Pretty much. Like, maybe the Maelstrom Pulse. I don't know about Liliana. Maybe? We can bring in Kalidas. We don't have much removal in the sideboard. We got 3 Abrupt Decays, Necrotol, and Murderous Cut. Demon could do some work here. Opponent has a lot of small creatures. What are we going down? Identity Thief, number 1. I guess Bloodline Keeper has flying, so that's sort of something. Maybe just Spellskite and try it like that. Oh, our creatures, our motley crew of creatures. Alright, we get to play first. And this is pretty reasonable. I mean, we still don't really have a way to deal with a 1-mana 6-6 flying lifelink, but alright, Blooming Marsh and Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. There's an Emeria for our opponent. Well, Polluted Delta and Goo. If our Bloodline Keeper doesn't get pathed, I guess it could be pretty decent. Alright, Kamiya Falso. And there's the Ascendant. Well, crack Polluted Delta. Grab a Watery Grave. Tapped. Birds of Paradise. Well, Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Swamp. And we're just going to run our Bloodline Keeper out there. Hope that it doesn't immediately die. And Pester. See what our opponent has. Do they have the path? There's a plains. Sword of Light and Shadow. Okay, that's not too problematic. There's a ninja. Alright, so let's attack with our birds. And then ninjutsu in Ninja of the Deep Hours. If our opponent wants to sack their kami, then that's fine. Alright, they let us draw. We get Breeding Pool. So let's Breeding Pool untapped. Play a birds. Play another birds. And pass turn. So we might just chump with the birds here to not let our opponent get a sword trigger. We'll have to see. It doesn't actually do that much. There's no creature in the graveyard, so it's just gain 3 life. I guess that gets them closer to Sarah Ascendant being relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, next turn we can Chord for just about anything in our deck, which is also pretty sweet. There's a Ghostly Prison. Oh, God. You didn't see that? You didn't see that. That didn't just happen. Let's attack with our ninja. Pay 2. Oh, we missed making a token. That one is on me. You can get out the pun emote if you want to. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Ooh, our opponent does sack it. Okay. Well, let's pass turn. So I think our plan here is to Chord for Eternal Witness, get back Chord, and start making vampire tokens. We're not going to forget that again. There's a Squadron Hawk. Opponent's going wide. Alright, there's Chord of Calling. So, alright, we're doing this wrong. Make a token. Now we Chord of Calling. If we get mana tithed, I swear we're the only people in the world to get mana tithed. Chord of Calling. Get an Eternal Witness. Get back Chord of Calling. And that gives us another chord for next turn. Kitchen Finks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, maybe we don't tap the birds. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5. Chord X5. And I think we'll just get Acidic Slime. Acidic Slime, kill the Ghostly Prison. And get in with our ninja. If our opponent wants to chump, they can chump. The only somewhat bad thing that could happen here is our opponent could land Wrath. Blocks with the Ascendant. Okay. Well, pass the turn. If our opponent doesn't Wrath, we might figure out a way to start attacking their lands. Opponent attacks. Well, we'll block with Bloodline Keeper. This has got to be a Wrath. There's the land. There's the Wrath. Alright. There's an Abrupt Decay. Well, let's start with the Kitchen Finks. We can always Eldritch Evolution that next turn if we want to. Eldritch Evolution, we have a few options there. Eldritch Evolution, Eternal Witness, Get Back Ninja, pick up Kitchen Finks that is somewhat appealing. Martyr of Sands for our opponent. Gonna let our opponent gain some life with their handful of hawks. Well, never mind. Plays a hawk. And passes. Another Eldritch Evolution. Well, let's get in with Kitchen Finks. Opponent takes it. Eldritch Evolution, sack Kitchen Finks. Not sure what we're getting yet. We get back our Finks, which is good. Go up to 18. And what are we searching out? It might just be Kalitas. Kalitas seems pretty solid here. I guess Scavenging Ooze is also pretty good. Yeah, let's just take Kalitas for now. And pass the turn. So this means if our opponent sacks their Martyr of Sands, then we get a zombie. and the Martyr of Sands gets exiled, kind of shuts down what they're trying to do. And we still have another Eldritch Evolution, so we can always do it again next turn, if need be. Opponent equips up the sword. Gonna go attacking. We're just gonna Abrupt Decay the sword. Take one. What do you got, opponent? Can you beat a Kalitas? Alright, casts a Proclamation of Rebirth, gets back a bunch of creatures. We just draw a Grave Titan. Well, let's attack with both. See what our opponent does. They might just sack Kami. Opponent takes it. Alright, well, I think we're actually going to Eldritch Evolution this Kalitas. Sounds crazy, but Demon of Dark Schemes seems pretty amazing right here. We're back up to 20. They also can't gain life with the Martyr if we do this, so get the Demon. Wipe away our opponent's board. Get us some energy. And it feels like we're in pretty good shape now. Yeah, Pest turn. I guess I could have another Proclamation of Rebirth to get everything back. Might want to focus on finding a Scavenging Ooze soon to start eating away our opponent's graveyard. And yep, they do have another Proclamation. Gets back all the dorks. Sacks the Martyr. Gains some life. Up to 23. Has more Seer Ascendants and Squadron Hawks in hands, and a Ranger. There's another Seer Ascendant. We draw another Eldritch Evolution. Never-ending Eldritch Evolutions. Well, let's attack with our Demon. Opponent takes it. And pass the turn. See what our opponent does. So we can Demon back and Eternal Witness whenever we want to. And then Eternal Witness gets back... Jeez. I'm not even sure. We have a lot of options. Path on our Demon. So 1, 2, 3. Reanimate. Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness, get back. Let's just grab Ninja. Yup. And we get the land we need for our Grave Titan. Opponent. It's kind of getting low on time. Tags with everything. Sure. Then what, plays Squadron Hawks. Plays a Ranger of Eos. Yup. We draw Wall of Roots. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, this might be crazy, but let's... What did they search up? Martyr of Sands and Seer Ascendant. Let's Wall of Roots. Eldritch Evolution. Sack Wall of Roots. Get Necrotal, kill Ranger. So Ranger of Eos down. Attack with Eternal Witness. And then... Oh, we can't do it yet. And then we're going to ninjutsu pick up our Eternal Witness. Draw a card. Vern Catacombs. Play Vern Catacombs and pass the turn. We have pretty good defense set up on the ground now, too. Should be hard for our opponent to deal much damage. And if they don't win this game, timing out's going to be a real issue for them. There's Martyr of Sands. And even if every card in their hand is white, they won't be able to get enough life to turn on their Seer Ascendants. There's a Tech Edge. Well, they got plenty of lands. They can't even really attack through this Necrotal. They're going to kill one of our lands. Sure. Goes to combat. No attacks. Yeah, we'll crack Vern Catacombs. Grab an Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Gonti. Gonti's interesting. Well, let's attack with Ninja. See what our opponent does. Blocks. Doesn't block. Blocks. Alright, gonna do the block and sack with Martyr of Sands by the looks. Last two cards are 2 Squadron Hawks. Okay. Goes up to 24. Well, I think the smartest thing for us to do here... Jeez. Oh, this does leave us a little open. I want to just slam... I want to just slam a Grave Titan, but I don't think we can. I think we need to Eternal Witness back our Abrupt Decay, because if they found a way to gain life, like another Martyr of Sands, or even a Proclamation of Rebirth, then it would be possible we just lose with them having 3 Seer Ascendants out there. And they did top deck a Martyr of Sands. Wow! Oh my god. What a draw. What a draw. And that's how it's going to end by the looks. Okay. Jeez. That is something. So our opponent does some attacking. Well... 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Jeez. Yeah, they had more than half of their cards that matter. They're gone, too. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about that one. So we're down to 4. There's a Squadron Hawk that wouldn't have been relevant. Well, this actually... Does this give us a shot? I think this actually gives us a shot. We actually kind of top deck back here. So, go to combat. Attack with Ninja. See what our opponent does. I wouldn't be surprised if they sack this because they think they have the win. Opponent blocks. Sure. Alright, let's just pass the turn. And we can Abrupt Decay, Snapcaster Abrupt Decay. Opponent goes to combat. Leaves back to Squadron Hawk by the looks. Okay, so Abrupt Decay, a Seer Ascendant. Snapcaster Mage. Whoo! Well, that was quite the draw to keep us alive. After our opponent had quite the draw to get us to being dead. Flashback Abrupt Decay. Seer Ascendant's down. Now we just gotta make sure we cover our opponent's reanimation. There's a Squadron Hawk. Nothing to search up. Passes. We get a Murderous Cut. Well, 1, 2... Let's do some attacking. Attack with everything. No blocks. We get to draw a card. We would love to find a way to get our graveyard. Scavenging Ooze for our hating the graveyard. That's a Chord. We played all our creatures, though. Well, I think we gotta wait one more turn. So let's Ganti. Target hits our opponent. We get something. Ooh, Baneslayer's big. We will take Baneslayer. And pass the turn. Leave up our Murderous Cut. Next turn, we can cover the Proclamation of Rebirth. Alright, opponent has a path. That's fine. We get another land. Grab an island. And I think this might end with our opponent timing out. Goes to combat. Hits us down to 2 with the Hawks. We draw a Blooming Marsh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Well, I think we're going to have to let the graveyard go one more turn. Get in with our Ninja the D-Powers. Opponent found another path. Alright, opponent's empty-handed. Well, in that case, let's play it cautiously. We will just pass the turn. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. So we Chord of Calling. Tapping all of our creatures. Chord X2. Get a Scavenging Ooze. Ooze to exile Seer Ascendant. Go up to 3. And pass it, take the hit down to 1. Opponent has Day of Judgment. Alright. So, Ooze, get rid of Seer Ascendant. Go up to 2. All of our stuff dies. We draw a Maelstrom Pulse, which will be good in the long run. But we will just slam a Grave Titan. Hopefully, Big Daddy Grave Titan will clean up this mess. Tech Edge, not relevant. Kills a blue source. Well, we get in with our Titan, with the tokens. Put our opponent to 24, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, we're not even going to play the Baneslayer. Let's just pass. We'll save that. Our opponent could draw another Wrath. We draw another Abrupt Decay, so it looks like we're not only going to win, but we're going to win with a handful of removal spells left over. Well, Grave Titan does a good job of cleaning things up in the end, and our opponent scoops it up. And they're under 6 minutes, which means not only are they going to have to win this game, they're going to have to win it pretty quick, which might be a challenge for their deck. And I think we're just going to keep it, well, Nissa, the games do go long. Nissa, well, they sometimes go long. Actually, Liliana could be good against what they're doing. Let's bring in Liliana. Go down. Gonti is probably the worst of the bunch. Try it like that. Alright, we got some removal. Got a bird. Scavenging Ooze is good. This hand seems reasonable. We'll keep it. And our opponent's got to pretty much go aggro for this to matter. There's an Emiria. Well, Vern Catacombs. Crack Vern Catacombs. I think we just get a forest and play the birds. Pass the turn. There's a Plains for our opponent, and a Relic of Progenitus. And gets rid of our Vern Catacombs. Well, Sanctum, Scavenging Ooze, and ship the turn. Tech Edge for our opponent. Jeez, do they just have nothing going on? They must have an expensive hand. Well, let's get in with Ooze. Watery Grave, tapped, and pass the turn. Wow, nothing? Opponent's under 5 minutes. Sword of Light and Shadow. Well, we can kill that whenever we want to. Ooh, Acidic Slime. Well, Overgrown Tomb, untapped. I think we're just going to kill one of our opponent's lands here. So, Acidic Slime, I think we just hit the Emiria, is probably the most important in the long run. Kill the Emiria. Get in with our Ooze. And pass the turn! Well, Acidic Slime is pretty punishing when you're already missing land drops. Path to Exile hits our Ooze. Well, we get another land. We will grab the Swamp. Creature? Wall of Roots. Well, let's get in with our Slime. Play Wall of Roots. Play Polluted Delta. Pass the turn. I don't really want to run Demon out there and destroy our own board. That feels pretty bad. Opponent's probably going to have to crack their Relic at some point. They find a Martyr of Sand, so that can gain our opponent some life. Oh, that's Grave Titan. Well, we have a plan now, boys and girls. Let's get in with Acidic Slime. Opponent takes it. They don't even have the mana for a Wrath, so this seems pretty reasonable. They could have another path, I guess. But there's Grave Titan. Coming down, making some tokens. Even if they have a path, at least we have the tokens, so we still have a pretty good board for attacking with. Opponent does have the path. We'll grab an island. And opponent passes. Well, crack Polluted Delta. Thin our deck. Yes, they can exile it. Get an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Not many lands left in our deck. Another Wall of Roots. Okay. Well, go attacking. Yep, there's a block. Opponent's probably got a sack here. Gain a bit of life. Also down under 4 minutes. Cracks Martyr. Baneslayer Ranger Double Day of Judgment. Okay, well, we know our opponent's hand. And it's actually pretty strong if they get lands. They need 2 lands though to Wrath. They are at 20 though. And they're pretty good at stalling. We would love to find a ninja to pick up this Acidic Slime and hit another land. Alright, opponent finally gives in, cracks the Relic, finds their 3rd land, so they're getting closer. Oh man, ninja would be so sweet. Kitchen Finks. Well, let's go attacking. Opponent takes it. Play the Finks. Even if our opponent kills it, even if they get Wrath mana, Finks comes back. They do find the Wrath. There's Day of Judgment. Everything dies. Finks comes back. We keep getting our Wall of Roots. Well, get in with our Finks. Ranger, Baneslayer, 2 unknowns. No, play a Wall of Roots. Pass the turn. We haven't found any Chords or Eldritch Evolutions yet. Those would be good ones to find. There's the Ranger of Eos. What are they searching out? Probably more life gain, I would assume. Seer Ascendant and Martyr of Sands. Eternal Witness. 1, 2, 3. Opponent does have another Day of Judgment. Well, let's get in with our Kitchen Fink. See what our opponent does. Takes it. Well, play Eternal Witness. Get back Acidic Slime. Acidic Slime, one of our opponent's lands. Keeping them further away from a Baneslayer. That we could kill anyway, but... There's a Martyr of Sands. Opponent cracks it. Up to 28. Not 30, though. 30 is the magical number when it comes to Sierra Ascendant. We draw another land. Well, let's go attacking. Opponent blocks. Trades off. Polluted Delta, go. We want to wait, try to get more value out of this demon if we can. There's a Plains. Does this mean our opponent's just going to give in wrath? Proclamation. Gets back the Martyr of Sands. Sacks it. Alright, well, we need to Abrupt Decay, Seer Ascendant. Opponent's up to 36. There's Eldritch Evolution. I don't know what we want, but I'm sure we can think of something. So let's go attacking with our stuff. And I think 1, 2, 3, Eldritch Evolution, Acidic Slime. Get Eternal Witness. Get back Acidic Slime. And Acidic Slime, another one of our opponent's lands. Keeping them off mana as much as possible. Opponent's down to under 2 minutes, so they're going to have to find a way to win pretty quickly with not too many lands. There's a Sierra Ascendant. And a Squadron Hawk. Searches up a handful of Hawks. We draw Verdant Catacombs. Play Verdant Catacombs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Forest. Crack Polluted Delta. Breeding Pool untapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's Demon. Kill a bunch of stuff. Get some energy. And pass the turn. I think we got to take a hit here, unfortunately. Because we want to make sure we can get something back with Demon. Opponent goes Day of Judgment. That's fine. We will Demon, reanimate Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness. We might as well get back Eternal Witness. Oh, the value plan. We get some more energy. Eldritch Evolution. 1, 2, 3. Eternal Witness. Get back a Eternal Witness. And then Eldritch Evolution, Eternal Witness, get Sidisi, and kind of go wide, past the turn. Now our opponent has to beat a Sidisi, and we still got an Eternal Witness in hand. Ghostly Prison, we got enough mana that's not super relevant. Blooming Marsh, attack with both, pay 4, get a zombie. And play Eternal Witness. Get back Eternal Witness. Pass the turn. We're down to 2 minutes something. Opponent plays the Plains. There's a Baneslayer Angel. Well, Maelstrom Pulse, Baneslayer Angel. Eternal Witness, back Ninja the Depowers. Attack with Eternal Witness. Pay 2. Man, we're getting so much value from this Eternal Witness. Opponent can't block. So we will Ninja back Eternal Witness. Draw a card. And pass the turn. We are kind of having a hard time just closing out this game, though. Flagstones for our opponent. Crucible of Worlds. Lets our opponent get back lands from the graveyard. There's a Squadron Hawk. Well, Abrupt Decay, get rid of Ghostly Prison. Attack with everything. Opponent's gonna block. Eternal Witness down. We draw a card. Eternal Witness. Get back Eternal Witness. Blooming Marsh. Wall of Roots. Pass the turn. Time is almost caught up now, because we're actually doing stuff. There's a Squadron Hawk. Another Squadron Hawk. Opponent passes. We get a Chord of Calling. Well, attack with everything. Get another zombie. Opponent blocks. And blocks. We draw a card. And pass the turn. What do you got, opponent? Ghostly Prison. Well, let's Chord of Calling. See what we can find. Chord for anything. Get a Bloodline Keeper. Misty Rainforest. Attack with everything. Well, most everything. Do some milling. Get a zombie. Pass the turn. And that does it. Oh my goodness. The longest game in history. 56 minutes. Oh, well, we won. A ridiculous game. We won.